about mindfulness. Tell me what you think mindfulness is. What does it sound like? Who has some ideas about being mindful?
It's when you think about other people and not just yourself. So you basically put yourself into their shoes.
Okay, thinking about other people, not just yourself. Good. Go ahead.
Having common sense.
Having common sense. I like that.
Like you said, you need to think about before you speak.
Thinking before you speak.
Like, I know she said, but like, making sure you're being kind. But like, you can say like the truth, but don't be like too mean about it. Just be like honest.
Okay, thinking about your words, being kind, being honest, but also thinking about how you say what you are saying. All right. So our goals for today, we're going to identify how our brain functions and affects our behavior. Identify the difference between being mindful and unmindful. And then we're going to practice an exercise that helps us with our mindfulness. We're going to practice listening and breathing as an example of a way that you can be more mindful. Okay, so I want you to think about this. How do people learn different skills? So some examples would be learning to play an instrument. How many of you are in band? Okay. Learning to play a sport. Anybody play sports? Learning to read. We all know how to read. You don't have to use one of these, but I put those up there because I thought those would be some common things that you all would know about. But I want you to take a minute and think about how you learn a skill, whether it's an instrument or to sing or to play a sport or anything else, play Xbox, whatever it is. So take a second and really think about how do you learn? How do you learn a skill? And when you have a good idea and you've thought it through, I want you to raise both hands. Will you pass me my little box back there? Hey. All right, and since we're talking about the brain, I have a little brain here. All right, let's see. Catch. All right, go ahead.
So I learned how to play the flute because Miss Blair gives a sheet of fingerings on the flute, and she went step by step, finger by finger to show us what they mean.
Okay, step by step, finger by finger, looking at where you place your fingers on the flute. You're doing better than me. I tried to play the flute for a little bit and it didn't work out. So that's good. All right, you throw that to somebody else that has a good idea about how you learn a skill. Good catch.
You practice it over and over again until you get it right.
Okay, what skill are you speaking of?
Soccer.
Soccer. Okay, what parts of that? What do you concentrate on when you're practicing soccer?
Dribbling.
Dribbling?
Without looking at the ball.
Not looking at the ball? Okay, so you're really focusing on how your feet are moving without looking. Okay? Pick somebody else that has their hands raised. Wow, good catch.
So like you have to like focus and everything, and like I listen to my teacher to learn everything, and I'm talking about Taekwondo.
Okay.
So like for martial arts, you have to focus and listen to the instructor carefully, so you understand what to do and everything correctly and safely, so you don't injure yourself.
Okay, so listening, watching. All right, let's pick one more person.
Having experience in what you do and like doing it.
Okay, what skill?
Sports like soccer and basketball, and sometimes playing an instrument. Like if you do it more, you can understand how to do it. So.
Okay, practicing. Very good. I'll take my blade back. All right. So I heard a lot of step-by-step, practice, focus on certain parts of your body. All right, so getting to know your brain. There are many parts of your brain, but today we're going to focus on 3 parts of your brain that really affect your ability to be mindful and to concentrate and to think about what you're doing. So the 3 parts that we're going to focus on today are called the prefrontal cortex. Everybody say that? All right. The amygdala, and the hippocampus. All right, and we're going to do pick up your hand. We're going to do a brain model with our hand to see how it works. All right, so go ahead and put your thumb inside your fingers. And the front part is the front part of your brain. So as you're looking at it, that would be your eyes looking back at you, okay, with your thumb. All right? The prefrontal cortex is at the front of your brain. That helps you make good choices and good decisions. All right? So I'm comparing that. I know some of you like football because I've talked to some of you about football. So I'm comparing that to the quarterback of the football team. Kind of maintains control of the game, maintains control, makes good choices, hopefully, makes good decisions to keep the game running. Then you have the amygdala. It's the blockers. Those are your four fingers right here. It alerts you to danger and keeps you safe. Okay, so the amygdala receives all the information and all of the actions that are coming at you. So you have your prefrontal cortex and you have your amygdala, which are like the blockers that keep the quarterback safe. They read the actions that come into your brain. And then this inside right here is like the coach of the football team. Keeps the playbook and remembers important information. So inside right here, the hippocampus, that's where all of your memories, everything you've learned, the skills that you've learned are stored. So you have the front part of your brain, you have the amygdala, which receives all of the information that's coming at you, and then on the inside you have your memories and all of your stored information. What happens to your brain when you sense danger? Maybe you're playing basketball in the street and you see a car coming around the curve really quickly. Who can take a good guess and show me with your hand what your brain is going to do?
I think it would be from here to like here. It's gonna spike with adrenaline.
Yeah, have you ever heard of flipping your lid? Has somebody ever said that? You flipped your lid because you got angry? My parents used to say that to me, don't flip your lid. That's literally what your brain does though. When it senses some kind of danger, it flips its lid and the amygdala come up and they're worried and scared. And it also prevents information from going anywhere else. So you're kind of in a really nervous reaction right there when your amygdala senses danger. So your brain literally flips its lid. All right, in case the football thing wasn't working for you, we can compare the amygdala to a jumpy superhero. It tries to protect us at all costs, but sometimes it makes a mistake. Sometimes it mistakes a threat as a threat, but it's not really. And then sometimes it is real. So what we have to practice in being mindful is determining what is a real threat and what's not and how we respond. The prefrontal cortex is the smart one. It figures out all of the stuff for us and helps us make good choices. When the amygdala is upset, what happens to the prefrontal cortex? Can you guess?
It just spikes.
Yeah, it can't be helpful because the amygdala is in the way and it's flipped its lid, and so the prefrontal cortex can't help us. And then the hippocampus is kind of like the librarian. It has all of the information, storing memories, all of your skills, they're hidden in there. But the point of me showing you how your brain works is when this is happening, then you're not able to retrieve the information that you need to get to the information to make good choices. So we want to think about how do we practice so that we can make good choices. Because just like you would practice a sport, or you practice learning to read, or you practice taekwondo, or you practice an instrument, you have to practice being mindful so that when this happens, when you flip your lid, that you're able to bring it back down and come to a calm state so that you can make good decisions. So this is just a review. The amygdala determines emotional responses. It reads sound, smell, movement, sight, so it's got a lot of information coming to it. And then it determines if it's good or bad. If it receives it as good, like someone comes up, a friend comes up to give you a hug, then it goes on to the prefrontal cortex. But if it senses that it's dangerous or could be dangerous, you either fight, freeze, or flight. So that's when you either start saying things that you really shouldn't say, or don't know what to say at all, or run from the situation. And then you have the hippocampus that keeps all of our information in there. All right, so here's just a little chart to help us make sure that we understand. So something happens. You smell something, you see something, you hear something, somebody moves at you. It goes to the amygdala. When it's good, everything's good, prefrontal cortex, and then you get a balanced response. If it sees something bad and you're not mindful, you're not able to pull yourself back and focus, it goes here, and that's when you get that bad reaction. Can you think of a time recently that something bad happened? Either you saw something or you heard something, you thought somebody was talking about you, or you tripped in the hallway and somebody laughed. Can you think of a time where maybe you didn't make the best choice at how you responded? You said something that you didn't mean or did something that you shouldn't have done? All right, so let's talk about